Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another side quest about video games with myself and Exile My Planet.
Hello!
I wonder what we're going to talk about today.
I wonder
what it could possibly be.
What could have happened the past week?
You know what it is? Do you want to know what the massive, humongous news is?
Go on, lay it on me.
The original director of Yakuza has made his own game studio. There you go. That's the only big news that happened.
That's clearly the only big news. That's the only thing that matters. The creator of the Yakuza series, one of the most beloved series ever because of its just complete wackiness, yet seriousness, yet awesomeness, yet funniness. It's like one of the few games I've ever known to like combine
everything.
Such ridiculousness
with such
serious storytelling stories, and it's like, how does this work? How does it work?
How does it? That is a good question. But anyway, yeah. All seriousness aside, no, the massive.
Actually, in a good segue, considering the way Yakuza would go from something completely ridiculous to something, something really serious but over the top.
The absolute massive, humongous news of this week is Microsoft has bought Activision Blizzard.
So, do you want to go through the details, and then I will put my opinion on this? It was something stupid like $70 billion.
$70 billion.
Oh yeah, so we're going to pay $70 billion for a company that abuses its staff.
2 seconds. Hold on, because this is. There we go. Okay, because unfortunately the articles that I've been finding, they're all just sort of like, yes, they've bought Microsoft. Not Microsoft. They bought Activision, and then they just go on to, this could possibly mean this. No, that's not what I want. I just want details of the buy.
Yeah, all we want is facts. All we want is facts. We can figure out the potential. Okay. What could happen.
So, they've bought Activision.
Yeah.
For $68.7 billion.
Jesus Christ.
Which is also set to go up via like contract payments and all that sort of stuff, to around about 95.6 billion is how much it's all going to cost. I'm pretty sure
the city of Rome at the height of the Roman Empire was not worth that much money.
So
Jesus.
What I think we should do here is I think we should talk about like the good,
the pros and cons.
Personally, I think the good outweighs the bad in this. As much as like I would say the things I'm worried about are quite serious. I think at the end of the day, when it comes to the way of what we know that's happened with Activision, Blizzard, and all that stuff, I think the good here, the good massively outweighs the bad.
Like the thing is, unless Microsoft come in and just literally yeet out everyone in that at the hierarchy of the Activision Blizzard. I'm not gonna.
Which I can't. The thing is, I can't see them not doing that because there's no point.
Because also the thing is also like the deal isn't finalized until the end of this year, isn't it? Like January 2023 is when it all is all officially signed, dotted, and Activision becomes property of Microsoft.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of caveats into like all the good, and also a bunch of caveats to the potentially bad stuff, because we don't know. We have an idea of what may happen, but we don't exactly know. So, do you want to go with yours first?
Okay,
see how mine lines up?
We'll talk about the pros. Obviously, this is really big for. Let's go with like the obvious thing. This is really big for the staff. Potentially, this should be good for the staff who were under all this abuse and all the bullshit. Okay, because if you think about it, if Microsoft are going to come in, they need to, not only do they need to like clean out, they need to detox that place. They need to get hazmat suits out. They need to get that. They need to get that special foam thing that they clean for radioactive stuff.
And the spray.
Yeah, the spray. They need to get all that on, and they need to give Activision like this big clean out.
They need to literally quarantine the site. Do not confirm or deny for the presence of a human child. Anyone get that reference? Get a cookie.
Yes.
And basically just scrub the fucking thing back down to its foundations, in a sense.
Which is what I think is going to happen. I actually think what mainly is going to happen is I think we're going to lose the Activision name. Because what's the point in keeping Activision?
Call of Duty.
Well, no. Yeah, but they don't... Activision is the publisher. They're not the actual developer.
Yes, I know, but what they will become is literally the...
Just Activision.
Basically, they will be the Activision division of Microsoft.
So like Bethesda is.
Yeah, like Bethesda. Basically, they'll be like another like under the umbrella of Microsoft. So Activision will deal with like Call of Duty. They may do actual more stuff now with the other IPs that they have, like Spyro and Crash.
I'm a little bit worried about that. It's going to feel weird. If they do make another...
Spyro and Crash Bandicoot, icons of the PlayStation, are owned by Microsoft.
I know, it's just wrong.
Which is weird. However,
if they announce a Spyro, I'm going to have to get an Xbox.
Yes.
Like, I will have to get an Xbox Series X. Just like, I'm not playing a good side.
Also, potentially, the developers who do well and then get shoved into the Call of Duty mines.
That won't happen anymore.
That won't happen anymore, especially with, I had his name, the head of Xbox.
Phil Spencer.
He's come out and said, one, he doesn't want to pull Call of Duty from...
he's actually
PlayStation,
there was somewhere,
and that may end up with like game companies like Sledgehammer, Toys for Bob, all those that basically got shoved into the Call of Duty mines, coming out and actually being able to do other stuff. It's
going to be weird. They're going to be like mole people. They're coming out of the mines and being like, "Oh my god, the sun! Ah!
Oh my god! Why you let me make this cute, adorable little character and not a gun skin?"
Actually, speaking
with
of
an anime girl on it.
Speaking on that, there was somewhere, like, it was when it first came out, where somebody interviewed Phil Spencer, or it was like on Twitter or something, and I can't, for the life of me, I cannot find it now. So take this with a pinch of salt because I can't find it.
Yeah.
But apparently somebody has said something that, like, even though they've bought Activision, they don't want to take like any of the Activision IPs off other platforms. They want to keep them to go.
In a sense, it's. I can understand the reasoning behind it because those icons are icons on those platforms for a reason. It'd be a little bit like Mario showing up on a PlayStation. It'd just be weird.
Yeah, it would be weird.
It would, people would be like, "Oh wow, Mario's on a PlayStation." Isn't that weird?
This is odd. This is odd.
Like, it would be potentially okay-ish for the first game, but then people are like, "Yeah, this is just wrong."
No, this mustachioed Italian needs to just stay on the little switch thing.
The obvious pro is the potential of improving of working conditions for the staff.
Oh yes.
Again, giant caveat, giant asterisk. We will wait judgment on that until it actually starts to happen. Because
that's why
I'm done giving any company in the AAA industry a hint of any sort of leeway. It's like, no, you show me the fucking thing you're doing is right, and then I will applaud you. I will not just basically clap to you saying things. No.
Well, that's why I said should.
Yeah.
Like it
should. It is a potential, because the other thing that will happen is Bobby Kotick will be gone.
Yes.
He's not gone yet, which is, if I had stupid Bruce Wayne money, that is the first thing I'd do. I'd just Bobby, get your fucking, there's your desk, clear it up, get the fuck out.
Since we brought Bobby Kotick up, let's just get this out of the way.
Let's just
this is, I think, personally for me, this is like the thing that annoys me the most about the whole thing, is that Bobby Kotick has basically had this company that's abused its staff, harassed its staff, ruined its IPs. Ruined its IPs. Well, just like treat its staff like they are garbage.
Treat its staff like it's garbage. Treat its fan base like they're cattle.
And his punishment
is a golden handshake.
Is $70 billion.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he needs to be punished.
Personally, the vindictive side of me, if I was in charge of Xbox, I would have just pulled all Activision titles. I would have got together with Nintendo, Nintendo, Valve, and Sony, and basically gone, look, 6 months. That's all we need to do it for. 6 months, and that company will be literally liquidated. I vote that we basically pull all their products from our stores. Guarantee you 6 months. It would have been 6 months, because the amount of money they would have hemorrhaged from Call of Duty alone.
Yeah, that's true.
Would have been fucking ridiculous. And also, it would have literally caused, because of one, it would have caused the Activision management to double down on their bullshittery on the staff, which would have caused more walkouts, which would have caused less productivity, which would have caused more expenses, which would have caused more probably firings to try and save as much money as possible, which probably led to lawsuits of wrongful dismissal, which would lead to more loss of money. Like, you see the snowball here. You see this snowball that is getting awfully big.
I do indeed.
Giant finances that Activision Blizzard would have lost. Like, I would have been... the vindictive side of me would have literally gone, no, I'm going to burn this company to the ground. Then I'm going to... But then, all the decent staff that have lost their jobs, I will set up... Microsoft, with their giant bloody fucking multi-billion-dollar fucking hedge fund of infinite money. I mean, Microsoft literally almost are Bruce Wayne money.
Yes.
Just create a studio, buy all the licenses from Activision, hire all the decent staff, and then go, there you go, do what you want.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done.
Make a game. Go make a game.
I guarantee it wouldn't have cost $70 billion. Guarantee it. But that's me being an absolute fucking vindictive, cynical bastard. That's like, no, I want Bobby Kotick out in the fucking streets. I want him in his ass. But yeah, the whole thing about Bobby Kotick is just awful.
Yeah. There's actually been people speaking up now, especially on the Blizzard side.
Yeah.
About Bobby Kotick. So it's turned out that a lot of the problems with Overwatch 2, with its release, because it's always been getting delayed,
is Activision.
Is Bobby Kotick. Yeah. Apparently, he's been constantly not liking.
Well, this is not us. This is not us validating the Blizzard hierarchy.
No,
fucking bullshit that they've pulled. We're just saying yeah, Bobby Kotick is a giant asshole. I wouldn't put it past him doing this.
Yeah.
It's like if WWE all of a sudden turns out Vince McMahon is the reason why NXT's shit now. I wouldn't be surprised either.
Wow, that's a shocker.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I'd be like, yeah, that actually sounds right.
I'd just be like, yes, and now would you like to tell me something I didn't already?
Tell me something that is actually newsworthy. Tell me something I didn't.
My question is that when they get rid of the Bobby, I do wonder what he's going to do.
What, Bobby Kotick?
With all that money.
Oh, he's going to have it.
My worry is he's going to do a Mike Ashley and just buy another
a smaller company. Yeah.
Since
he probably will. He'll probably try. I won't.
I reckon he will.
I wouldn't be surprised if he decides to put himself in a higher echelons of Ubisoft. I mean, him and Yves Guillemot will get on so well after all.
No. He's not willing to travel to France. Come on.
No. Head of America.
Oh, Ubisoft America.
Ubisoft America division.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, maybe. I was going to say no. He's going to move in with EA. He'll just buy shares of EA.
That's possible as well.
Him and Android Wilson.
Yes, but it's possible. I was just thinking
I mean, personally, he'd get along with him.
He would do. Yeah, but he would also get along much better with Yves Guillemot.
Yeah. All
things considered, with what's happening in Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Ubisoft. Not forgetting. Nah. Still ain't forgetting it.
Oh, speaking of Ubisoft, slight tangent. Watch Dogs Legions will not be getting any updates.
Oh,
are we surprised at this?
Oh,
I love it. Like it was just everywhere on the media websites.
Yeah,
I was just like
the one decent thing from E3, right, for Ubisoft was apparently the Watch Dogs DLC, the one that has
Adrian thingy and what the fuck is it? Wrench?
Aiden
Pierce.
Aiden Pierce and
I want to say his name's Wrench, but I don't think it is. The guy from Watch Dogs 2
the right guy from Watch Dogs with the mask and the LED light eyes. Yeah, him. Apparently that was actually decent. Like,
yeah.
And
the DLC's alright, it's just the rest of the game's boring.
Yeah. Well, wow, am I surprised? No.
No more updates for this game.
People aren't buying the grindy shit
because we don't know. It's not Assassin's Creed, so we can't just like pump that out. I don't care what anybody says. Those games are fucking garbage.
No, people aren't buying our time savers in this game, so therefore we will not update it.
Extraction came out.
Yes, I've heard mixing reviews. It looks like GTO. GTFO. It looks like GTFO.
No, because GTFO looks fun. Extraction
doesn't.
It looks like one of those games that I would play
with friends.
If my friends had it and I was drunk. And I didn't know what I was doing.
I look at it and go, was there a need for this game?
The thing is, like, because I've watched.
The concept of it is a good idea.
I like the ideas that are in there.
Ubisoft are just shit at executing.
I think, like, this is it. Right, apparently, this is a game that has had 4 years development on it.
It doesn't look like a game.
It doesn't. It's just got fucking Siege.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a Siege action. How's that taken 4 years?
That's the thing. It's like, okay, you've taken 4 years. You clearly just balanced this game.
And then you've just, like, I'm sorry, but you've took enemies from the Power Rangers.
Pokemon. No, they're literally the non-glowing versions of the the enemies in the GTFO. I know we're digressing in that, but like
we will get back to Activision.
We'll go back to.
I'm just shitting on.
Ubisoft deserves to be shot on from a great height, so we are providing that.
I'm going to take every chance that I can. I used to love Ubisoft.
Yes.
I used to be a big Ubisoft fan.
And then they released Assassin's Creed Origins and claimed it.
No, then I saw the writing on the walls with Black Flag. Once that happened, I was just like, Assassin's Creed is just going to go downhill from here. And safe to say, yeah, it did. It did.
They had Unity, which I still can't believe they nailed the hardest part of the game, which was the multiplayer. But the entire game was bugged to fucking hell outside of the multiplayer. And then they fixed all that, and it broke the multiplayer. Because that was the thing. We were like, do you know what? The only thing interesting in this game, actually, is the multiplayer, because we can do, like, timed assassinations.
The only thing that worked was the multiplayer.
I know, but, like, the fact that with the multiplayer, we could do, like, timed assassinations, and, like, we could, like, 5 seconds annihilate 6 people. It was great. And then they fixed the single player, and it broke everything to do with the multiplayer. Like, you couldn't log together, you did desyncing. It was just like, how have you done this? What the hell? Okay, great, you've fixed a lot of the things that are wrong with the single player. Good on you. But why did you have to break the multiplayer? The only thing that worked.
How did you break it?
How did you break it? How is that possible? What happened? So
we also what else did they do? Yeah, fucking Rainbow Six. What was it called? Wildlands, and then
Ghost Recon.
Ghost Recon, that's the one. Breakpoint. Oh my god.
Yes, let's put a looter shooter in our Tom Clancy.
Tom Clancy, not political. Tom Clancy's. Our games are not political.
Our games are not political. Do you not understand the whole thing of Tom Clancy? Jesus fucking Christ. I've read a lot of his books that you cannot get away from the political of Tom Clancy's books, because that's what they are. They're political intrigue books.
It's like,
you fucking muppet.
It's like going through the entire Metal Gear saga and then going, yes, there's absolutely no political message in this game.
There's no political message in this. Not at all. No, not, stuff about genome soldiers and fucking the right of, the right of a soldier to say no, and it's following the mission's orders, the right thing to do, and blah blah blah. And I'm just scratching the fucking surface of that.
But yeah, I'm going to take any chance that I can just to kick Ubisoft until they start fixing themselves.
Yeah,
which isn't going to happen while
Guilliman's in charge.
It's the same with Activision, and Activision's not really going to change until Bobby's actually gone.
Yeah, but at least with Activision Blizzard, there seems to be a light at the end of the tunnel.
There's light at the
end of getting the fucking boots.
So, right. Anyway, back to Activision. So Microsoft, with Microsoft buying Activision, they have acquired an additional. This is the ones before they had Activision.
Yeah.
17 studios.
Yes, because there is Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, Ravenclaw.
No, just Raven.
Just Raven. Toys for Bob. Pardon me.
These are just the ones that we know of. There are other ones.
Triarch,
yeah.
I'm up to 5 already. The problem is like you look at them all and it's like, that's working on DLC for that's working on. They did something good and then got shoved onto Activision's Call of Duty mine. Like the amount of teams they had working on friggin' Call of fucking Duty. Not to mention Blizzard and all the IPs Blizzard has. I think this is the thing. He didn't say anything about Overwatch not coming to PlayStation.
No, he didn't.
Overwatch 2 is not coming to PlayStation 2 now. The problem is that I think the hype for Overwatch 2 has kind of died now.
Actually, to be fair, I think Overwatch 2 will still... what I think is going to happen with Blizzard is I think Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 are still going to come to the PlayStation. Because I think there's like... They were still part of like the contractual stuff.
I think Sony. WoW is going to go...
WoW is going to get a console port.
Yes.
And it's going to be Xbox's...
Yes. It'll be Xbox's answer to Final Fantasy 14.
Yes.
Which is fine. They needed one. Because
not really, because the amount of free MMOs that are on the consoles now.
Yeah, I know, but like, let's all be honest. The big two are still, despite what's happened, despite the hemorrhaging of users that WoW has had, the big two are still Final Fantasy 14 and WoW. Granted, the toxicity of WoW, the WoW player base, could they please just not be that toxic when you come over to Final Fantasy 14, please? Great. It's been a nice experience playing Final Fantasy 14. I don't want it ruined by a bunch of fucking whiny assholes.
Sorry, I'm just looking for a list of the actual studios. Because I know there's like, and I'm sure it's like 17. I'm sure it's like 17.
That's a lot. The thing is that so many are like just like basically shoved into the Call of Duty mines. You don't really notice them anymore because they're basically a line in the credits. Like, helped by Raven Studios, or assets made by Toys for Bob, sort of thing. Like, you don't actually see the fucking logo. You don't see, like, they don't, announce what they've made.
So let's have a look. Right, so we've got Activision Blizzard Studios, right? So that is Blizzard.
Yeah.
Right? Then there is, because these are all the...
Digital Legends.
Digital Legends, which if I remember correctly, they're the ones that did the mobile.
Yeah. Infinity Ward.
Radical Entertainment, which is the British.
Raven Software. I said studios, but I knew what I meant. Sledgehammer Games.
Toys for Bob. Triarch.
Yeah, it's just there's an awful lot. Some of them are just like Activision London.
Right.
Activision, Activision Sydney.
I think a lot of them were the other ones, like the other ones that we're on about, but a lot of them have just been like renamed into Activision this and Activision that.
You know, like how Polyphony is. Polyphony got renamed into Sony Liverpool.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Yeah. Oh,
because I know the one that's in London was originally something else.
Yes.
I just can't remember what it was. Was it? No, what was it? Neversoft.
No.
Because Neversoft did the Tony Hawk's games originally.
Ah, yeah.
And then Activision bought them.
Yes. Yes, I think it may not be London, maybe California. I'm pretty sure it's an American company.
See, that is for me. That's the main problem with finding a list, is because it's just like you've got so many that you had, and you've just renamed them into Activision this.
Yeah. And every company does that. Every company does that. Like EA has a bunch of like EA New York. Yeah. Etc. Sony again. Sony example. I think they did actually close the Sony Liverpool studios.
Yeah, they did.
Which was a shame.
They did.
Because they were the ones that gave me Colony Wars. Goddamn you, Sony! Give me a goddamn Colony Wars remake. I may be the only person that will ever buy it, but I don't care. I want one. I will keep on that high horse until I get my goddamn game. Anyway, back to Activision. So, pluses are like we said, like potentially all the IPs that Activision had may actually see the light of day now again. Thankfully, like Spyro, like Crash Bandicoot, like Tony Hawk's.
Okay, right.
I've got a list of
the IPs that they now bought.
Here we go.
There's a fair bit here. Right, so Blur,
racing game,
Caesar, Call of Duty, the big one. I completely forgot that Activision owns Candy Crush.
Oh God, yeah.
They own King, so that's another one.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot, Diablo,
DJ Hero,
Empire Earth,
Guitar Hero. We may have another Guitar Hero.
Empire Earth, Gabriel
Can you
Knight.
imagine Guitar Hero in VR? Did they actually do a Guitar Hero video? No, they did live. Yeah. Which was it was a live audience on screen. VR rock band.
That would be fun.
That would be cool. Whether or not people are buying it.
Geometry Wars, Guitar Hero, Gun, Hearthstone.
Yeah, right. Hearthstone, Hero, anything, all the IPs for Blizzard.
I'm just going through all of them. Anyway. Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, Hexen.
Yeah.
Interstate 76, King's Quest.
Yeah.
Lara Bow Mysteries. I think that's a mobile.
Yeah.
Game.
I think it is.
The Lost Vikings.
Lara Bow Mysteries is a hidden item thing. I think.
The Lost Vikings.
Yeah. Well, that's a Blizzard.
But I'd tell you something. I would, if I was Microsoft, I wouldn't.
Oh yeah, I would definitely. If I was Microsoft, I'd definitely go. Hey, Blizzard, do you want to make another Lost Viking game?
Instead of that god awful remaster that you did. Overwatch, Phantasmagoria.
Oh my God, Pitfall.
Oh,
that is a blast from the past.
Police Quest.
Oh my God, Police Quest.
Prototype.
Oh fuck!
I would be totally that.
Quest for Glory, Singularity, Skylanders, Search for Fortune.
If they made another prototype,
oh my God, Space Quest.
Skyland, they could bring Skylanders back.
Star Trek, Tenchu,
yeah.
Fucking hell, True Crime. Zor, oh my! Like some of those IPs, I was just like, Pitfall is the granddaddy of platform. He's like, holy fucking... like, you can tell you're old if you can remember Pitfall. I can remember Pitfall, so I'm old. I'm old, I tell you.
But, like, yeah, Prototype. I would so be down for a Prototype 3.
Prototype was a game that was probably too advanced for the technology at the time.
Yeah.
It felt like that.
Yeah.
It felt like that these guys are like, oh my God, they're onto something, but the technology just can't keep up. Just can't handle the power.
I really liked Prototype 1 and 2. I just thought the idea of just being like overpowered from the fucking start.
Yeah. Like the whole thing was like, yeah, you're just a massive giant killer machine. Have fun. Go ahead.
Go murder everyone. It's fine.
I think the thing is like you had Prototype, and I think Infamous Second Son came out on the PlayStation 4, and I was literally like, okay, so this is what it basically took that idea of just being overpowered as hell. Because, yeah, Infamous 1 and 2 you were pretty powerful, but you were pretty squashy at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, Infinite Second Son it wasn't that they made you more powerful, it's that they worked on the combat to make you feel more powerful.
Yeah.
And it was like, the shit you could do. I remember in one combat, when you had the smoke ability, while you had the smoke ability, early on in the game, and I was fighting this group of enforcers. And there was you know how like the ability to like
go in the vent.
I went into like the drain pipes and like shoot out the top. I was in the middle of the fight. I did that, shot up, came out and did the stomp thing, and I was just like, "Oh my, this is amazing!"
Yes,
I love that. I love the combat in that game, and I think that's the thing. Can you imagine if they released Prototype 3 with much more fluid combat?
Yes,
and much more like ways to maneuver around in combat. Like, for example, instead of going because you don't turn into it, but imagine if you turn into your cell form and then just slide up the fucking pipe, come out and then go stomp.
That'd be like that's what I like. That's what I think would be so cool about Prototype is the fact that you're basically carrying in
except
in a 3D world,
but with a human form.
Yeah,
and it's like just basically go fucking nuts with it.
Except you're like this weird thing.
Yeah.
I'd totally leave it down with that. With very sharp claws. Don't forget the very sharp claws.
Very sharp claws, but also the ability to turn one arm into a giant's
thing. Just anything.
Blade.
Yeah.
A giant blade of just death.
Oh God, I loved Prototype. I probably loved that game a bit too much. But
I think Prototype was the most fun when you got the ability to just let you one-shot a tank.
No, just let you pick up a tank.
Yeah, I know. That was after being able to one-shot a tank. Like, once you were one-shotting a tank, it's like, oh, well, that's the best thing you can have of me? Oh, there's a helicopter. Excuse me, I'm just going to pick you up by the turret and throw you at it.
I loved...
this is what the Hulk feels like, isn't it?
I loved the ability of, like, especially when because the helicopters in Prototype 1 were the worst ones to fight. But once you got the ability to like sort of like zip yourself up there, with the arm,
yeah, the feeling of like, yeah, you're not so tough now, are you? You've been an absolute pain in my ass. Payback is a bitch. Yeah, like the fact that a lot of those games can have now potentially another day in the sun is fantastic. So again,
true crime. I mean, neither of those games are good.
Yes. To
be fair, but who knows? Maybe. Didn't
they have a spiritual successor, which was because there was True Crime Streets of LA,
then True Crime Streets of New York.
True Crime Streets of New York, which was awful. I played it. It was awful. Oh, I never knew a person could run that slow.
Especially a cop.
Dear God, like, why? But there was Sleeping Dogs. I'm pretty sure Sleeping Dogs was supposed to be like a spiritual successor to True Crime.
I think it was made by the same people, but
but it was under a different... they basically left and made...
I don't think it was like...
But anyway, Sleeping Dogs. It's fucking
that was a good game.
That was a good game.
I liked Sleeping Dogs.
That's a fun game.
Singularity. That was an interesting game.
Yeah.
The way that was done, that was pretty cool. I wouldn't mind seeing like that sort of brought back up.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that have like a sort of you wonder with the current technology we have now what they could do with that sort of IP, which is pretty cool. So
World of Warcraft. I think we should talk about World of Warcraft now.
Yes.
I think this is probably for the game that's going to get the most out of this is going to be World of Warcraft.
Potentially,
because I think World of Warcraft has needed work for a very long time now.
And like we said, like Microsoft probably do want an answer to Final Fantasy 14 on the console. WoW's going to be that, and they're probably wanting it to be good.
Yeah,
they're probably going to be wanting it to make sense.
Yes, they would.
The problem is, my worry is with WoW, has the damage been done?
Look. There is a small fan base of WoW players who have just basically come out and just said, just nuke the world.
Just nuke it.
It's the only way you're getting out of this.
Just nuke it.
And I'm just like, you know what? Yeah. If you can do it.
Pull a Final Fantasy 14.
If you can do it, do it.
Pull a Final Fantasy 14. Have it an in-game event. Nuke the world. Have everything go to shit. Just have everything explode. And, like, you've even got a cause for the world, for the entire universe exploding. The sword is still in the fucking planet.
I mean, fuck it. Just let the jailer
You've not
win.
touched Blizzard. You've not touched that sword since it got planted in there. Just, fucking have it do something, and it causes the entire universe to like explode and reinvigorate itself. Fuck it.
And just let the jailer win.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I mean, the problem is that that's like one of the worst ways to have it go. Since at least with Final Fantasy 14, it was Bahamut. Like the motherfucking dragon of dragons in Final Fantasy, Bahamut. Like, there's no way. We're not stopping that. What do you mean we're not stopping that? It's Bahamut. Yes, exactly. We're not stopping it. It's Bahamut.
Oh god, I'm not looking for it. I'm not looking forward to the anime fight.
Oh, that's going to be
I
pain.
forgot animes. Oh, no.
Pain and suffering, which is actually kind of fitting considering it's anime.
Yeah, and the backstory for anime is kind of horrible.
Yes. No wonder Seymour grows up to be a weird ass person.
Well, if that is what your mother is, yeah, you're probably going to grow up to be weird.
Yeah.
To be fair, but yeah, I think
also
WoW,
not wanting to die is also.
I think WoW, it's needed work on more than just systems. I think a lot of it is in terms of MMOs. I think it's a bit outdated now.
I think they need to get away from you've got to do your dailies, you've got to do your weeklies,
they need to. That's what I mean. Like they need to get rid of that grind.
They need to move towards a more of like what Final Fantasy 14 is. It's like, okay, here's all the content. Once you get done with it, go away, recharge your batteries. When you recharge, we should have some more content with you. So go ahead and do it.
Here's the game. This is the game.
Fun.
Have fun with it. For all you people who like to grind for things, here is that stuff. And for people who just want story, here is that stuff. And there you go.
And for the third part group, for anyone who wants to just come in and roleplay, do that.
There you go. You do whatever you want. It's perfectly fine.
You're perfectly fine. You want to make a band with backing singers and backing dancers of bunny women, you go do that.
Yeah.
You want to form a guard of honor of Black Knights, go do that. Do you want to run around as the little potato people with one of them as a white mage and the rest and all six others as paladins acting as a guard for that one white mage? You go do that.
You go do that. You go do that. You potato people. You
lovely potato people.
But yeah, I do hope that.
Don't get me wrong. I know there are like roleplay servers on WoW. It doesn't seem to be as
prevalent.
Not welcoming. Welcoming is not the right word.
You don't come across them.
It doesn't seem as well. It seems to be more work to do to get it to work in WoW.
Yeah. Since
WoW seems to be more focused on your min-maxing.
Yeah.
And that's not what I get the feeling from with Final Fantasy. Now, don't get me wrong. There will be min-maxers in every single thing. Because
everyone's a min-maxer.
Yeah. Everybody, there are min-maxers in every game. You give me a game about Tiddlywinks and there'll be a min-maxer in that community.
Yes, there will be. I do not. I'm not a min-maxer.
No, everyone.
I used to be, but I'm not anymore. I don't have the time or the effort.
I've never. The thing is with RPGs, and I think like also for the same reason why in mech games is like numbers just eventually become just numbers to me. Like the most I can follow is Dark Souls, like, and that is basically just put souls into stat to make stat go bigger.
Yeah,
right. The whole thing of like, well, this gives you a stat percentage boost to like Genshin is just I just literally look at it and go, I think this is good.
I think this works. I'm not 100% sure.
Not 100% sure. Don't know.
For Genshin, my rule is, does it up my attack?
Yeah.
If it does, good. I'm all good. That is going in the
glass cannon.
I will always and forever be the glass cannon.
Glass cannon build. Glass cannon build. Fun build.
I'm going to kill that boss in 3 hits, but he will kill me in 1. But it doesn't matter.
If I get those 3 hits off, I've won.
That's how I like to play.
Yeah. But yeah, the fact that like new leadership's coming in for Blizzard potentially means good things. We won't know. The problem is that we won't know for over a year. It will be over a year before this starts to actually have an effect. And for stuff like WoW and Overwatch 2, I don't think they have a year to fix the things. I think Overwatch
2 has a year, but I think the problem with Overwatch is it's the
worry with Overwatch is that we've already said our pieces on the decision making they've had on it's now a team of 5. You can only have 1 tank, and it's like you're making the game. You're building a game around the esports scene, and your esports scene is kind of dying.
Yes.
And the problem is that you've not let it naturally grow, like the fighting scene. The fighting scene, every single one is naturally grown. And I know, yes, well, people go on about someone will probably go on about but Guilty Gear's only just come out and there'll be a tournament. Yes, but those Guilty Gear players played the previous Guilty Gear. And the previous Guilty Gear from that, and the one before that, and the one before that, and anything else from Arc System Works. Like, Overwatch was the first hero shooter, and Blizzard within a year had a fucking league system with franchises with a $2 million.
Yeah, and the game
$2 million buy-in. Like, no, that's not how you do. You don't force professional competition. It never works.
Not in the long run.
Not even in the short term. If you think about like sports lifespans, football, both American football and the proper football,
NFL for anybody who any Americans.
They started out as hobbies and like groups of friends with a rule set that they made up on the fly, and then it grew and grew and grew, and then there were so many people playing it. A group of them went, do you know what would be fun? If us in this little town here went and go play those guys in that little town over there. And then a whole bunch of them started playing each other. And it's like, well, how do we know how well we've been doing against everyone that we've been playing? I know, we'll have a league structure. And then that's how it happens. And it's a natural building. Evo evolved from a bunch of people playing in an arcade, going over to another arcade, going, how good are you guys? And then one thing leads to the next. And the next thing you know, there's 20,000 people watching online, 2 guys beating each other up for over 20 minutes. It's great. But it's a natural progress.
Yeah.
And Blizzard, again, forced it. And it fucking failed. If they hadn't messed with Overwatch, I think it would have been as big as StarCraft.
I think if they hadn't messed
and popular,
if they hadn't messed with it or tried to force it, I think it would have been as big as
because in South Korea at the time, before it got all made official and that, South Korea was literally just exploding with Overwatch players, and it's like, okay, so there's the new South Korea scene, so it's going to be a proper esport. Just let it happen. But no, they had to fucking force it. They had to franchise it, and then they're just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I love the fact that we had the London Spitfire.
Yeah.
And not a single member of that team had ever been to London.
No.
They hadn't even stepped off a plane into London, into England. It was just like, this is ridiculous.
It made no fucking sense.
No.
Like, the vast majority of them were dominant. Teams were dominated by South Korean players. Understandably so. They were the best team. They were the best players. So, I totally understand that. But, the hype behind the Overwatch League, looking back on it...
you know what? Looking back on it, I still like the Overwatch League.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel it was... The thing is I look at it and go, do you know what? If they had let it just naturally develop, that is literally probably what you could have had successfully. But because they forced it...
Yeah, if they had just left it for like maybe 1 or 2 years and then done an Overwatch.
And then, of course, there was like the whole thing of like, they then balanced the game based on the esport when 90% of your players are not professionals. And it went from a shooter to a ability game. And I'm like... I don't want that fun. Like, I remember playing Overwatch when it first came out, and there was me, you, and a couple of our friends. And I remember one match on London, and I was Soldier 76, and our friend was Mercy. She was boosting me.
Oh no, that was me.
Was that you?
That was me.
You were boosting. Oh yeah, because you were a Mercy man.
I'm a Mercy man.
Yeah. You were boosting me, and there was this. The opposition player had a Pharah. And she had been in the previous round, had been an absolute bane in our fucking side. And I literally, from the start, just sniped her from the beginning, because she tried to do the boost up and do like the air domination thing. I was like, no, I'm a fucking AA gun right now, bitch. Oh, it's great. Like some of the stuff we used to do. And it was like, in the elite scene, this would never fucking work.
Yeah, the amount of times like we would like, when it first came out, we would like experiment with like all the random shit. I mean, not most of the time.
The double diva play.
We would lose, but like
me and our friend, the double diva play.
Yes.
Swapping our shields as we stomped through a corridor. That was great. I was like, yeah, this is working. This is bullshit, but it's working.
It's working. The 4 Torbjorns and a Mercy. Like, you know, like this the random fucking bullshit.
No. The four Torbjorns, a Mercy, and a Reinhardt.
It's just like Overwatch when it first came out was like the funnest PvP game.
Amateur Overwatch at the beginning was literally how you were supposed to play the game, which is basically if they have a counter to your build, switch characters to try and counter their build. Yeah. And that happened all the fucking time. And then the Overwatch League came out.
I'm dreading fighting the gun. I'm going to end up fighting the gun.
And I was like, why this? Don't get me wrong. Ultimately comes out with great plays. Like the Reaper combo.
Yes.
Too.
Pilot's ready.
That was amazing. I think that was a teamwork. I put down the freeze, and then you just dropped with Death Blossom.
Yeah.
And it was just like, yeah, no more.
This is good. I wonder if I can use the simulator or the clock, because they nerfed Mercy, so she's like, the clutch res.
The mass res that you did.
And right in the end, and I res the entire team. Oh, that is still my proudest moment.
The mass res.
I'm just getting in and just resing everybody. Just before they got the thing past the line, I was like,
the Tracer stop I did at Junktown. I mean, granted, this was after they started the group, but like,
nice
that is
walk
the best I've ever played Tracer. The only person stopping at Halo, bouncing around with 6 other guys shooting at me. And I'm like, okay, so this is the greatest I've ever been as Tracer. I'm never going to get to this. I don't know how I did not die. I do not know.
I don't. Yes.
Still, 6 people shooting at you, you'd expect at least half of them to eventually kill you.
Yeah. Especially when you're chasing, super squishy.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the whole Activision being bored and all that. The over negative thing we have to talk about. Microsoft
They have taken, they seem to be taking like, it generally looks like it's like, how we really care about making it.
Yeah.
And that's what Disney's
That's
done.
concerning, because let's all be honest, Disney's ownership of Marvel,
I'm not even going to
Star Wars, and other things have not necessarily.
宇宙世紀0079
Some of it has been good.
And we're not going
ノ
to
イジーフェア
speak
リーは
about Boba
初陣を
Fett.
勝利で
Some of
飾
it
っ
has been
た
good. Some of it has not
ま
been.
だ幼ささえ残る少女たちに背負わせる者としては
Boba Fett.
北米戦線は重く不釣り合いかもしれない
You don't know what that's under Boba Fett.
No, I don't.
けれど彼女たちなら
Do I want to know?
戦争という極限状
My
況の
favorite
中で
character
さ
of all
え
Yes, I know he is.
かけがえのないものをつかみ取り
He's
羽ばたいてくれると信じている
They've turned him into an
Yeah.
activist.
必ず羽ばたかせ
For
て
the
みせる
Tusken Raiders.
そのためな
For
ら
the
ば
barbaric.
たとえ魔女や女狐と罵られようとも戦うと決めたのだ
You know the ones that probably
連邦を倒すためではなく彼女たちの未来を守るために
for them. Yes.
I mean, here's the thing, right? I don't mind people going on about, well, actually, the Tusken Raiders are not that bad, but Boba Fett's not the character that I would expect to do that.
Next chapter preview.
Boba Fett is literally like, look, you're going to do what I tell you to do, or I kill you. Boba Fett stood up to Darth Vader and went, what about my money? Like, does no one know the complications for having the cojones the size that Boba Fett has to do that? Like, Darth Vader just literally choked people for doing a bad job. For someone to stand up to him? Like... I don't... Like, that's the thing that made Boba Fett such a badass, was the fact that, like, out of... Like, like, for 1.5 movies, everyone is shit scared of Vader. Everyone, every season, every movement he makes, every time he looks at a soldier the wrong way, everyone is crapping their pants thinking he's going to kill them.
この館で暮らす者
Boba
は
Fett
皆
just stands up
家
to
族
him
だ
and
と思っ
goes,
て接する
what
こ
about
と
my money?
Yeah, he's no good to me
我
dead.
々が勝ち続けるには
And
お互いを
And
よく
then,
知って
like,
深い信
Vader
頼関係を築くこ
turns
とが
around and
不可
goes,
欠だと思う
don't
の
worry, the Empire will
He'll compensate.
compensate.
The fact that he doesn't choke him, he doesn't like
He
tell him
doesn't
to
have a
fuck
rep-
off.
Yeah.
He goes, don't worry about it.
重要だ
You will be compensated.
Yeah, we'll pay you. If
Don't
we will-
worry about
We will
it.
pay you whatever you lose if he dies. Don't worry.
リードパイロット
Like,
って
for,
何をすればいいんでしょうか
for anyone who hasn't watched the original trilogy, that is literally Vader going,
Yeah,
I
to be fair,
could
she's like
kill
the
you,
lowest rank.
but the amount of hassle that it would cost me personally, I'm just going to basically...
No.
Like, I could choke every single one of these people in this room to
No,
death
this is
and not butter fucking
Not the way I
out.
thought this
But
game was
you
going
don't
to
do
be
that much of a hassle
Room
that
seven.
I'm literally going to be like, do you know what? No, it's easy if I just pay. It's fine. I'd rather pay. Vader would rather
人の
pay
狂気を
Boba
目の当た
Fett
りにした
than
ブリティッシュ
fight
作
him.
戦
That's the thing.
That's what's so cool about it. Why did you
That's
name
the
it
thing that
British?
made Boba Fett
Come on.
so well popular and liked.
We're
Was
not
that
that bad,
one
are we?
thing of like, yeah, he doesn't like out
そ
of
し
the
て
galaxy.
電撃的に
Everyone,
実
like
施され
even
た
Luke
地
is
球
scared
降
of
下作
Vader. Everyone is scared of Vader. No one. Like, the only person we know is probably not
赤
scared
い
of
彗
Vader
星
is
や
the Emperor.
黒い
Even
三連
then we
星を
think,
はじめとする
I think the Emperor's
数
kind of
多く
worried
の
about
エースを輩出
Ah,
した
the
その
black
戦い
Yeah,
は
How are we gonna get
私
it
もま
done?
た
mechanical suit.
彼らと同様にモビルスーツを借り自らの力で今の地位を得たのだ
Like, that's the whole thing with Vader. Like, everyone's scared of him, and Boba Fett is the first person to just literally show no fucking fear to him. So, that's for them, for
私
Boba
は
Fett to then
モ
be
ビ
like,
ル
yeah,
ス
I'm
ー
gonna
ツ
be
から
an
降り
actor.
ることを決
I'm
めた
going to fight for
この舞台を守るために
Tusken
は
Raiders. I'm like,
政治が必要と考えたからだ
any other character in the
初めは
Star Wars universe,
自身で
I'd be
戦う
like,
ことの方
yeah,
が
I can see you doing
よっ
that.
ぽど気楽だと思っ
Boba
た
Fett is not that type of. I mean, maybe had
この選択は間違っていなかったと信じたかった
I'm sure you are, Kelly. Don't
そしてその答えは
You got this.
これから彼女たちが教えてくれる
That's my headcanon of how he got out of that. Yeah, but like it's just like that's not Boba Fett.
That's not the way Boba Fett
You're
works.
not Boba Fett. This is not Boba Fett.
This is not how he works. It's basically like the whole trailers. I go, yeah, this is Boba Fett. This is about like, I'm not going to rule by fear. I'm going to rule by respect. And it's literally like, no, you do what I tell you because I am that fine fucking Boba Fett.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Activision.
So Disney has ruined the two things that I actually like about Sith and Boba Fett. You've ruined them. Why Disney? Did I don't know, did I spit in your eye? What did I do? That was so bad. You had to do this.
I mean, granted, I'm also did not do the correct platform to Mickey Mouse. The one thing I cared about really about Star Wars, which is not the Jedi versus the Sith, but the whole geopolitical. Well, if the Emperor dies, yeah. Is it
the fact that I don't like Marvel? Is that what it is? It's because I don't like Marvel. You decided, no, we're gonna shit on these really cool, mysterious things. We're gonna ruin them. Moon Knight is coming. Trying to drag out. Let's go back to that. Yeah, Microsoft buying this does feel like a Disney move.
It does feel like a Disney move. My worry is that like if you think about like apart from 2K, who else is left in America?
2K,
Yeah, but Sony, right? Anything to do with Sony, I class as part of Japan.
It's actually the change. I know what you mean, but unfortunately,
I mean, then I guess they have Sony America and all the bloody.
Yeah, no. Sony's entertainment head branch now is in California.
Yes, I know, but
so they're classed as American.
Yes, but what I mean is that Sony is a Japanese company.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like, Sony are not a giant American company.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like who out of the AAA game industry in America, who's left? 2K.
2K. Out of push.
That's it. Like, we're talking. We are starting to talk about like monopolization. And that's not there's a reason why, even in America, they have anti-monopoly rules and regulations, because when a company is monopoly something, not very good. When a company has a monopoly on water supply, why? Because no one else, you can't get water from us. You fucking need that. You know, like insulin. The person who bought all the insulin providers in America and hiked the price up to like 3,000% of what it was. That shit happens way too often, and it's a bad thing. So it is one of those where it's like you have to really potentially look at.
タックルは攻撃のほか、無敵時間を利用した回避行動としても使えるぞ。ただし、使用後には大きな隙があるので、使いこなせれば近接戦闘時の駆け引きの幅が、次は近接攻撃に対する。
I hope it's right before I don't think it is.
I don't think it will be. The main one is they've got all these games. What are they going to do with it? It's like, I have a really bad feeling that they've also done it because they're really little things to put on games. There we go.
So many video game pack, which is a good thing. It also. Well, the problem is also like there's so many the group of games they bought that aren't out yet.
No, I don't want to. Actually, to be fair, I think it's only Ninja Theory that we know
has actually released one
that has actually got a game coming. Ninja Theory.
To exit your mobile suit as a pilot.
Yes,
that's the only game that we've seen
that actually has an actual.
That looks like we've got actual game.
I mean, I think we've seen others. Like
I know what Berlin is.
Oh, Jesus.
What I mean is like actually, we haven't seen anything else.
選挙中は無防備な状態になる。敵がいないタイミングで占拠した中継地点では機体の回復が行われるほか、両機の前線に近い中継地点を占拠することで戦闘を有利に進めるんだ。続いてモビルスーツから降りた際の
But again, the problem with that is it's Bethesda. It's Bethesda.
I wouldn't trust them as far as I fucking throw them.
Like their last release of their own developed game is Fallout 76. We all know what a shit show that was. So yeah, I'm happy that the people at Activision Blizzard have a timeline where Bobby Kotick and everyone else I am ecstatic that is a possibility. And I'm worried Microsoft are looking more and more like a monopoly.
You only cover around weekends and cover of hopes. Generally,
it's one of those where it's like it could go one way or the other.
I was talking to him about making it. He didn't say no, it was all big. I was telling him, well, we're a little bit worried that they're buying everybody up. And they're not really, they haven't actually released anything from their studios that they joined me years ago. Nothing's come out apart from Forza.
I remember January.
Yes. Even then, Forza's from one of their own in-house.
And we were talking just like we say, I think it's a good thing that they've done.
There we go.
I think Activision, because let's face it, if Activision weren't going through what they're going through.
Well, by the way, also, Bobby Kotick's excuse of like delays to Overwatch 2 Diablo 4 the reason why they stopped filming. No, it was because
yes, I saw that. That was just one.
No. The timing of your stock following coincided with the state of California suing you for the abuse of your staff.
No, he is right. Your stock probably did follow them.
It was just the fact that...
But not as much as it did when
the state of California sued you for a 2-year investigation of your staff. Also, it didn't fall... Also, it kind of fell pretty drastically when the Washington Post released that article about yourself.
Yeah.
So,
that was funny. That was generally funny that he was trying to like tell it off as, oh no, they didn't fall because of that. They fell because of the release of these games.
I mean, don't get me wrong, but your friends who are major shareholders in Activision Blizzard, those people not selling, but still. A lot of people sold a lot of shares when it announced that the state of California was suing your company for an awful lot of money.
Yeah.
Also,
to be fair, I would have sold.
Also, when the shareholders sued your ass for lying to them because you told them there wasn't an investigation. Oh,
but yeah, so we were talking, it was just like, in a perfect world, with Microsoft buying Activision and hopefully sorting outそこに何かあるのか。バハマ州のヘレナという地域ですけど、知っている場所なんですか？ In a perfect world, I'd have Sony buy Sony.
Yes.
Because yeah.
I know some people have said Sony buy Square, and I'm like,
Square. Right, first off, Square will never sell. Because they make products. And as a like Activision, who
目標地点は死角が多く野戦になる。さらに同地区で活動していた闇夜のフェンリル隊からもたらされた情報によれば、周辺の連邦部隊はアジアで確認されている UGS を導入しているという。かつミノフスキー粒子散布火だけでなく
like Microsoft saw this and it's probably never going to
They
happen.
saw the share price go down to a certain level.
This is not going to happen again. This is our chance.
This is our chance.
We can do
Either
this.
one or two things is going to happen.
ミノフスキー粒子の影響を受けにくい地中に伝わる音を分析して位置や情報を特定するソナーです。前時代的技術ですが効果は抜群ですよ。
Square do not have that problem.
幸い我々も少佐の計らいによって闇夜のフェンリル隊が試験運用していた UGS を1台入手できた。すでにグルーバー整備班長によってブリンクマン技術少尉の機体に装備されている。早速の実践を効果のほどを期待している。頼んだぞ。スティルナー少尉とヘーゲル総長、君たちはブリンクマン技術少尉と連携しギャロップを守れ。訓練通りにやればいい。分かっているね。
I don't like the worst thing that can happen is other big companies buying companies.
あるま何か不安でもいや
However, Konami is the exception because Konami are doing fuck all with their IPs.
I mean,
literally, you can't get any worse with what Konami are doing.
It's actually got to the point now when you actually question if
と
Konami
もか
are
く
actually a decent.
作戦の説明に入るわ。
Like, all Sony would be doing is buying a pachinko making company and game IPs.
Yeah.
That's all they'd be buying.
今回は市街地での野戦よ。
Sony, like
暗いだけ
the
じゃなく
perfect
て
response
遮蔽
when
物
they said
も
this
多
when
い。
they bought.
常に警戒を怠らないように。
Like,
現地では
just buy
大量の
Konami
ギャロップが
because
待機しているわ。
one, we're not
ギ
getting
ャロ
any
ップが
games
撃
from
破されれば
Konami anyway.
作戦は失
What
敗。
they do
言
are fucking
う
shite.
まで
So
もな
less
く
said about them.
最優先の防衛目標よ。防衛にあたり最大の脅威になるのは フライマンタなどの戦闘爆撃機ね。対空戦闘を考慮してマシンガンなどの装備を進めるわ。ただし航空部隊の進出には地上部隊も連携して動くはず。自分たちとギャロップ両方に気を配って戦うこと。いいわね。
We can't have it. No,
That can't happen.
That cannot happen. Sony, just buy Konami and give. Just go to Kojima and just be like, look, I know you don't really want to make another Metal Gear game because you can't finish the story now. But could you please just make, even if it's like a quick, an hour playable game.
No. Right.
ミヤもい
Here's the
つ
idea.
もお世話にな
Someone
って
throw
ま
this
す。
at Kojima.
なんか話してると安心するっていうかあんな人がお母さんだったら幸せだろうなって感じ。
Basically, you have a Metal Gear game.
この話を聞いたらイルメラさんきっと喜びますよ。やめて、それは恥ずかしい。
You are the
絶対言うなよ。
coming into this new
Okay.
stealth unit.
I think we're fine at the moment with just what we've got. I don't think we need to change.
Tech headed by Otacon. I'm trying to think who else is alive. Yeah, Mel could be CQC.
総員第一種戦闘配置了解。
You can have communications by mailing. Is it mailing? Anyway. Weapons expert. Pretty much everyone who's a weapon expert. Pretty much dead. Oh, you can make Johnny Akiba! Johnny Akiba!
There you go. We can make a new one and then because apparently it's the trend.
家は女の敵だからと
Yes.
イルメラさん
It's not a trend, it's just like just over the
ちなみに温度調節もできるそうですので
advise
だったら下げてください。
Signet is
She gets a Sigma?
Signet from Metal Gear Solid 3 is the Dark Chief from Metal Gear.
帰ったらイルメラさんにお礼を。
おい、もうすぐ合流ポイントに到達
I'm
する
getting
ぞ。
the name mixed up on it. The death toll in Metal Gear is pretty damn fucking high. Pretty high. Also, no one had a romantic relationship
ギャ
with
ロップです。
that just then.
You will die.
You will die, and Otacon
Looks
will be
like a
very
snake.
sad, and I do not want that person to be sad.
Oh no!
He's had so much shit.
He's had so. Especially when you find out about his dad.
Oh yeah,
His dad's such a dick.
Oh god,
No,
Huey.
We've got the machine
Did
gun.
I tell you about the playthrough?
We've got
of Metal Gear Solid 5 when I
Sauce?
found that out?
Yeah.
I literally wanted to go to him. I was like, I don't care if this is a game over, I'm fucking killing you.
みんなは援護して。
You hypocrite, you on a high horse and high pedestal come after me for putting these people who are infected with a zombie making disease.
Okay.
You come after me and you're the fucking one who made them like that? Oh,
I like it.
Yeah, I really want. I want. Basically, like passing an actual proper passing of the torch, not the
cardboard box in the face.
No. Not what they did with Metal Gear Solid 2, which was
the switch.
Yeah,
the switcheroo.
The switcheroo, the crisscross.
No, we took it.
You didn't realise you weren't going to be Snake. Oh no, you're right. You run it as a cyborg riding. That still like it's hard to.
Oh, did you shoot that?
Yeah, like, especially the way the world has changed now. Like,
it's about goddamn time. Castlevania. This is somebody who's step ahead of you guys. Maybe not the second one.
Yeah, you like the first one.
I loved the first one.
Well, the thing is that the success of shows that there's
you can argue they're all Castlevania.
Like Dead Cells, Hollow Knight is basically a Castlevania slash. Blasphemous is Bloodstained is a pure and simple Metroidvania. It is an actual Metroidvania where literally the abilities that let you go through areas that you didn't go through. And that's how you progress. Like backtrack, going through the other. Oh, I can actually go through this area now. Ooh, now I can do this. I can go through that area. Like, there is a demand for it because, lo and behold, Bloodstained was that popular. There's a sequel coming.
I think it's still the most successful play from the game.
It's not the most money-making.
Yeah,
it's one of the most successful crowdfunding games after launch. Was it good? Good. Was it perfect? No. It was basically trying to be a Castlevania game, and it
Ow. I just did a little bit. So you have a sports game.
No. You may actually have some fucking competitions.
You have a sports game.
Also, you have the fucking Fox engine.
That's worth buying Konami's for.
One of the I don't know. Fox engine is like one of the best engines.
I think.
What are you doing?
You know that the boom that is that's Konami. Whenever you see that
that would be like basically having the what Konami have done from home. Basically.
Okay, guys.
Someone got access
Nice work, team.
Like, it'd be like someone getting the current.
Yeah, it'd be like someone getting Unreal 5.
Yeah. And then putting an asset flipper. A bad asset flipper. That's what Konami is. That's literally what Konami are doing. I'm like, what the hell you guys? Why? What is wrong with you? So, you know, like, I don't want
curses
Sony to buy a company that's making games.
Yeah.
I want them to buy a company that's not making games. And Konami is that company.
I would say Activision is probably the best company to make.
おいおい勘弁してくれよモビルスーツのパイロットはガキかはしゃぎすぎて振り落とされるんじゃねえぞ
そんな子供は下がってる
Blizzard were doing just a
時
terrible
代
job.
遅れなんだよそういうの
Practically
お
everything
い
else.
仕切るな少尉
Yeah, let's be honest. They were just doing an absolutely awful job of making anything.
砲撃だ損傷警備
Hearthstone turned into this.
Also, literally turned into the live season. Otherwise,
そう
Yeah.
エンジンを一気やられた
Overwatch is just
一度下がる
stagnated
お前
and
たち
died.
敵の砲撃を阻止してくれ
World of Warcraft was just like, have to grind, people, grind.
and then decided to chop its own arm
着
off
弾の
and
大
then
きさ
just
から
let the
陸
blood.
上戦艦でも61式でもない
Okay, so
他に連邦が持っている長距離砲はミラ
No,
I know
no,
the chop off.
no, they decided to chop their own armor and then blame the fans. It's your fault.
And then decide to fix the blood coming out of the arm, but to chop the shoulder.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
何してる
Yes, it wasn't coming out of the arm anymore. It was throwing out.
ついてミ
So, yeah.
攻撃感覚と両方
That's the
持て
big
るのに
news.
戦力を落ちてるなら
I think there
近
are
づきなが
more
ら
pros
撃て
and
るはずなのに
cons. And again, a lot of the they will this sort of thing won't happen. We won't feel it
本当にわからないです
until
よだってしっかりしてくれ
over a year away.
飛んでからじゃ遅えんだって
And for certain
Now's the time to, you know,
parts of
リード
Activision
パイロッ
Blizzard,
トっていうのはね
I don't think
普段
that's,
特別にやることなんて
that's
ない
too
の
long. Potentially.
あなたがやることは
Um,
たった一
like,
つよ
are WoW fans gonna be happy with just
仲間が
basically
困った時
nothing
に
happening to
導いて
WoW
あげること
for well over a year
Well,
and a half?
10.0 is supposed to be, has been
どこへですか
so that's they've
仲
definitely
間が
so basically
生き残る道
Yeah,
へ
the next expansion.
has been
キリーさん
leaked.
多分今ですよ
Whether
ね
it was
私の
deliberately
仕
or
事
not, I do not know.
I think you know you said like
Where did
this
you
is basically, yeah,
二人とも落ち着いて
they technically did that.
ミアならできる
No, I think what they mean
出
is
るな
like actually,
根性見せ
Actually,
よ
they will like, convert everything to zero.
yeah, go back to zero.
そんなことは分かってるよ
Basically, do a Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
外れてもいいから思ったこと全部言って
The
私
thing is like
ミアを信じる
The only
the
problem
Final
with that,
Fantasy fan base, the Final Fantasy 14 fan base.
わかりました弾道から見て敵は北東
Because they were told,
初段より
yeah,
着弾精度が低下移動しながら撃ってきてる
yeah.
the Sochi bought you still
多
have.
分連度が低いかこちらを侮って
The only thing is, that my thing is to that.
分かったヘレナミアをお願い
I've spent so long.
敵の正確な位置をつかみ次第教えてね
I'm done. I'm
Especially with the fact that, like I said, like at least with Final Fantasy 14, they made it
闇雲に突っ込ん
spectacular.
で
And
どういうつもりだ
the
敵が近づいてるなら
thing that did
ギャロ
it
ップは長くは持たない
was something
ミ
lore-wise.
アの指示ですぐ対応できる位置にいないと
Yeah, I don't mind being obliterated by Bahamut.
絶対大丈夫ミアはすごいんだよ理由にな
I
って
mean, it
ね
makes
えよ
perfect fucking sense. If we lost to Bahamut, this is what would happen.
どんなリーダーだ
The jailer is.
アルマさん無茶しすぎです
And
バカですよそれって
that's the.
ひど
That's
い
why I said, like, why don't you just do something with a sword that's sticking in the clinic? At least then that makes some fucking sense.
Okay.
Then the jailer.
オッケーヘレナも狙撃できそうなやつをよろしくあ随時情報を
Well,
更新します
Actually, Brady. Actually, Brady.
気をつけろよ
Yes.
Cataclysm, that's right.
That's, yeah. Yeah, you see, yeah, I mean, I've got a whole bunch of them for this last The thing is, I look at the...
このモビルスーツかもしれません特徴がよく似ています
Well, you're like... Really silly with the driving
こっちに動くとはっきりしてくれそんなこと言わ
Bahamut Yeah. So again, it will be time before everything, all the fallout of this is ended, and we know the actual impact.
I can't fight over it. It's on him. Can't fire on me. Anywho. Oh, actually no, we've got one more thing. Tifa from Final Fantasy 7
yes!
has been making headlines. She is in
Italy!
She is in the Italian. She was in the Italian Parliament. Load?
Yes.
These guys.
Via Rule 34.
Rule 34. hey, at least we know that people in Italy, the Italian government,
yes, Tifa is real. Yeah, let's all be honest. Tifa is a very, very nice, very lovely lady.
Yeah.
And also is the best player. Yes, I am biased as fuck when I say that. Because Tifa is fucking amazing.
You see the second one.
And that was before the remake. I'm Tifa to Cloud. They are always going to get together. No matter what. That is what's happening. I can tell that from day fucking one. Despite all you big bad ones who want to group me together. I was like, no. Literally chapter fucking 1.
Just read the fucking man.
read chapter 1 of Bleach, and you can instantly tell Orihime is going to be with Ichigo at the end. Dude, that is it. The only thing that would have stopped that is if Orihime was going to die. Look, Kubo does a whole bunch of shit, but I don't think he would have gone that far. That would have been just fucking hot, because Orihime is the only really happy person, even after all of these. She's still like,
what the hell is it? Oh, you hit me.
She's the non-violent. Which is, wonderful to any chapter, because I wasn't
will you stop
her son,
the big rocket thing? Being in hell.
Mommy mode, I have a feeling hopefully, I really want this to happen. Oh, he may be badass. I'm just literally got the wall away.
I'm hoping so. I think Orihime does deserve.
She deserves a badass.
She deserves a badass man. She really does. She got a lot of shit. A lot of flack.
Yeah. Also, like, she deserves to have everyone else in the community has a ridiculous each girl's
wandering fly sort of thing,
his full release.
Oh my god, right, over here.
That's I'll be like the...
Ruki is Bankai.
Ruki is Bankai.
And she gets the big white kimono and all that sort of stuff. And,
like,
and the headdress.
Out of the friends, the group of 5 that they were, Orihime hasn't had her badass, singled out, one full page panel of awesomeness. So, anyway, back on to Tifa.
They're
the memes of names. I love the artist who did the whole thing like Tifa looking at oh yeah, the look, the smug face of Aerith is just like
okay. What do you mind?
I think Cloud's
the blood from the nose.
Boom! I hope not leave. Yeah, the Italian government has taken. I mean, to be honest.
Yeah, to be fair, if there's any government was to show porn in their government, Italy's probably the one that's
I mean, yes, the stereotype.
When you have Barcelona as your prime minister for so long, president for so long, yeah, you're gonna get a reputation. Whether it's justified or not.
I love the it's a TikTok of someone dressed up as Cloud answering press questions. It's so funny.
I actually haven't seen
it's great. It is hilarious. He's not even answering questions. It's like you know how like the meme of the guy that doesn't answer all questions. It's shouts. Embarrassing questions. It is hilarious as hell. And it's like, yeah. And I love that how like most of the Final Fantasy VII community are going.
Yeah.
おかげでカーブの物資は無事。本体の方も速度は落ちるが自走可能だ。ジオンの兵器はタフが売りだからな。
But anyway, I think we'll end on that. We'll end on that nice little.
We'll end on that moment of like.
名前を聞いてもいいかい?
Rule 34. You always must be careful.
ノイジーフェアリー隊のリードパイロット。
Rule 34.
あれましてるな、
If there is anything.
あの戦いっぷりでフェアリーだって
If it is this.
ゴブリンかオークの間違いだろう。
On that
Rude.
moments.
Yeah, well.
冗談だって妖精の舞踏会堪能させて
I
も
do
らっ
hope
た
you
よ。
enjoyed this chat.
さてお嬢様方
Activision.
もう少しお付き合いいただけますか。
Yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this chat. And we'll see you next time. Bye now.
Toodles.
But I definitely need to.